You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Micah Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
And welcome to the WBT. This is Michael Lodge. I'm glad that you have joined me. So this podcast is being produced out of Palm Beach, Florida. It's a beautiful day out. A little bit of wind off the ocean. It's a perfect day to sit and write. So today I'm going to be writing on my book. I'm writing a new book. And I'm going to be focused on that for the remainder of today. No taxes, no consulting assignments, nothing. It's just going to be writing on this book for one day. I'm just about done with it, so this should be the final day. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, it's about time. We need to start getting our businesses up and running, so we're going to talk about what needs to happen. I'll be right back.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
So I was really pleased yesterday. I was listening to the president in this press conference, and he said that businesses need to get back to business, which is 100% true. And it's about time, because I really truly believe this is that we as businesses, we cannot sustain any more losses. We can no longer continue to operating our businesses or holding them in play when no revenue is coming in. So we need revenue in order to support our employees, in order to support our clients and products and development and everything else. We cannot be put on hold because of a virus. Now, we in business, we know that there's a virus out there. We also know there's a cold and there's a flu virus and there's a whole bunch of other things out there that can do us damage. And I think that we need to apply a healthcare practice within our own companies that will protect us all from all of these things, because there are a lot of sick days from employees. There is a tremendous amount of sick days. What is the most high cost of any business? It is your employees. It's my employees. It's your employees. Payroll and employee benefits are the number one biggest cost, and we have a lot of absenteeism because of sickness and people not taking care of themselves. And we have people coming into the office who have the sniffles and the flu and the cold and passing it on. It happens every single day in business. It's been that way for centuries and centuries. However, now as a business, we need to be more proactive. We have got to be able to control our health environment within our company. So that means that every single company, before we get up and starting now, I want you to sit down. If you own a small business or a company or a big business, I want you to sit down and think about what you need to do to have standard operating procedures regarding the health of your employees, which means you need to take the CDC precautions that have been written for us. They're already there. If you want to even get better stuff, go over to the Joint Commission on Healthcare. They have some really good stuff there on how to monitor and how to do all kinds of different things. But you need to sit down and put together all of the rules. And the number one rule that should be at the very top is if any employee has a fever, they cannot come into the office. If anyone is coughing, they cannot come into the office. If they've used up their 3 days of health time, because that's what I provide my employees, 3 days of sick time, then it has to be, the employee has to absorb that. But We need to have a set rules of standards within every single one of our companies that says this is what we have to do in order to keep our employees safe, in order to keep our clients safe, in order to keep our product development safe. And that it's just common sense. I mean, you all should have an employee handbook, right? You have an employee handbook. You should. If you don't, you're up for legal issues because you really need to be able to tell your employees what needs to happen. Within that employee handbook or in a separate health handbook or a healthcare directive for your company, you need to begin to listing down everything that you want to see. Now, this morning I did a video and posted it on Twitter, and I said, Mr. President, you need to give us a date of when we're going to come back to that we can open our doors. And you need to tell us what you expect from each one of our companies on what we need to do to put a health plan in place. Now, we can get ahead of this. Because I believe that in the next few days, we are going to be up and running again. Because we can no longer sustain these losses. We can no longer do it. Those of you have already started to let go of some of your very valued employees because you just don't have enough cash flow to support payroll anymore. You just don't. So, but during this time, you have some downtime, some quiet time. Sit down with a pad and put your company healthcare directive in motion. Go to the CDC, download what needs to happen on the washing of the hands and everything else, on temperatures, on washing and cleansing the offices. I mean, honestly, our janitorial departments have got to do a really good job from this point forward on cleaning our offices, from the bathrooms to the kitchens to the desks, everything. I know when I rented office space in Los Angeles, they never ever touched my desk. Never. I was responsible for that. So you've got to put some writing in there how employees are responsible for the cleanliness of their desk. No food, no drinks, unless it's in a company preferred way of drinking at the desk. But all of that creates a health hazard. If there's crumbs laying on the floor, that means ants are coming in. That means rats might be coming in. You need to set yourself a healthcare directive for your business. And it's easy to do. All you need to do is follow the CDC protocol. But if we do that, and we as business owners are really proactive, and we continue to train our employees on healthcare issues within the office, we will fight any kind of bug that really comes into our office. Especially if the employees are proactive in this too. You've got to get them involved. I know that a lot of you have employee committees, right? You have employee committees that sit around and you look at production and you look at a whole bunch of different things. Investments, you look at a lot of different things. I think really every company needs to have at least a 3-member team that sits down and put together the healthcare directive, where you do it as a business owner, and then have 3 people that will be in charge of that healthcare directive that will promote it within the company. The more that you promote the healthcare directive, the better it will be within your company. We have got to get this sick time down, because sick time eats up a lot of valuable time that employees could be working on various projects. I mean, we have a lot of sick time. So we've got to address that issue. And if we have a healthcare directive within every office, I believe that we can get those numbers down. I think we can get the number of people on any kind of virus that attacks us down, as long as we practice the healthcare directives of our companies. It's so easy to do. It's such an easy practice to put into place. It's just that now we have to be really proactive at protecting our business. Look what happened to us with this virus. We were caught off guard, and we had to shut down for how many weeks now? No revenues coming in, no new orders coming in, no new technology being developed, and then we could go on with the list, right? but we need to be proactive in this healthcare directive of every single company. We are going to be up and running in a matter of days. So not only do you have to do the healthcare directive for your business, but you also have to start planning, okay, I'm going to be able to bring back people. Who am I going to bring back that will get me the fastest results? And then slowly start adding in the other employees as time goes by. Because you're going to have to ramp up. This is not going to be, because you don't have enough cash flow at the moment to support bringing everybody back. So it's going to have to be a ramp up. You're going to have to bring back people bit by bit, piece by piece, project by project, and start really focusing on who individuals brings the best value into your company that's going to generate the revenue to be able to bring back the rest of the employees and also to build upon. Remember, we have to now start rebuilding. So we have a lot of work to do. It's going to happen. It's going to happen any day now, so get prepared for it. You've got to start putting your plan of actions into place. Remember, healthcare directive, plan of action. That's what you need to be focusing on over the next few days. We are going to be up and running here. I mean, here in Florida, we don't really have any band-aids that say we can't do anything at the moment, except for restaurants. Everything else is kind of voluntary. And we have really kept the health pattern of a sickness really within check. But we're all focused on this every single day. You go to the grocery store, people wearing gloves, a little bit of mask. People are staying away from people within that 6 to 8 foot range. So we see that people are really have recognized that good healthcare practices get you a long way from getting sick. And you don't want to get sick. So, listen, I don't know how many days we have here to get ready, but you better start doing it today. Get your engines roaring, get them ready, start your engines, because we're going to get going here any minute. Business has got to survive. You and I, as small business people, have got to survive. And if we plan, if we have our healthcare directive and our planning in place, we can conquer the world. We can get this economy back up and going again. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, send me a text at 818-252-5682. Again, that's 818-252-5682. Get your engines going. Come on, charge your batteries. Get ready. Get excited here because we're going to get up and running here any moment in time. Call me if you need help. This is Mike Lodge. I will talk with you very, very soon. Everybody go out and have a fantastic day. This is Mike Lodge.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
This podcast has been produced by Michael Lodge, fully focused on content.